Alright, welcome back. As you can see, I died a whole bunch of times after that first one because I was stuck outside in an expert world in all kinds of no goodness. So I dug myself a little pit and buried myself in to wait for daylight. Which, it looks since the zombies are walking away like it's about that time. So let's hop on back out of here and go continue our adventure. Everyone, welcome back. Nice to see that some of you were checking out the video. That's kind of cool. I think today we've got to decide what kind of game we want to play, and I'm thinking Spellcaster. So that means our best path is not so much to go delving right now, but it's to go and try and find the dungeon. If we can find the dungeon and get in there, we might get lucky with an early water bolt, and that'll be kind of cool. And then in a little while, we're going to build a little sky pathway and try and collect as many stars as we can to up our mana. So it looks like we got some desert here. We'll see if there's a hidden pyramid here, or if we're just dealing with some random desert space. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to harvest me some cacti, and we can get a set of cactus armor going, which will help us out a little bit as time goes on. Yep, chopping away, chopping away, chopping away. Looking to see if there are any shadows of a pyramid showing underneath. We can try and find some bombs if that's the case and burrow our way in and get some pretty good loot for the early game. Looks like we got a big pit over here, but it looks climbable, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. So yeah, what I was doing in between videos here is I was messing with my OBS studio. I have not done a lot of recording or vlogging or streaming or anything like that. Uh-oh, now we got a big cave. I haven't been doing a lot of that kind of stuff with this new setup. And that being the case, all my settings and old setup was just completely destroyed from the past. So with that being the case, I have been playing around and hopefully I've got a lot of the audio issues figured out. I have a new microphone. And in addition to the new microphone, I've got a completely different keyboard. So hopefully I've got my audio settings set up so that things make a little bit more sense. And you hear a lot less of that keyboard rattling. Uh-oh. I've got an antlion above me. So this might take a minute. And another one coming for me. Charming. So hopefully a lot of the keyboard noises are gone. Hopefully the audio recording sounds a little bit better. And hopefully the video fits in the YouTube player a little bit better. This is what happens when you step away from things for about a year and a half and you had to reinstall Windows on your computer. Everything goes away. Alright, let's harvest some more cacti. And before I leave this desert completely, I'm going to wind up gathering a little bit of sand for making some glass later. So for those of you that haven't played Terraria before or don't know a lot about it, on one end of the map you are going to see a place called the dungeon. And you can't really go into the dungeon as much as you might like. Early game. Oh my goodness, I'm going to die. And I died. You can't just go delving into the dungeon whenever you want. If you go too deep in it, a guardian or the keeper comes out and he will kill you in one shot. You need to beat one of the three hard mode world bosses to get access to the dungeon. Considering the desert was there and that's some pretty difficult terrain, we're going to try going left this time. On one end of the map, you're going to see the dungeon. On the other end, you're going to see the jungle. And if you make it past either of those, you will eventually get to the oceans on either side. And you can do some cool stuff like fishing there. Dive in there. I'll need to get some shark fins at some point for a firearm that I'm going to try and make for the game. All that kind of stuff. But while we got some more here, I'm going to harvest. Oh darn, I forgot to get my sand before I left, didn't I? And may as well do a little cave delving while we see something easy here. And we have a damaged spear, grenades, lead bars, recall potion, iron skin potion, torches. Yep, sounds good. And let's harvest best. White green slime. One of the things I'm going to be looking for in the future is a persistent light source. It's something that I really, really like to have available whenever possible. It makes it so I don't need to be throwing torches all the time and I can see where I'm going. Or I want to find a weapon that has a lighting effect that I can fire off when I need it. Okay, I see some ore. Tungsten, that'll come in handy later. And if you look at the cave wall here, you'll see that the texture changed. That means I've gone deep enough now to wind up with a bit of a different kind of biome. A different set of enemies will show up, different grades of treasure, things like that. You usually need to go down a little bit before you get access to some of the really good stuff. And I'm seeing a lot of angry looking slimes. Grab a glow stick or two, throw them up here, get dirt. And I can throw a glow stick to see if there's anything down there that I care about. And I didn't see anything at all. So let's go back to our sword. Got a little blue slime in the way. Harvest that chest for later storage, so I don't need to make any. Make it back up the hill here a little bit. Alright, back on to our quest for the side of the world, or the edge of the world. Actually, I think I'm going to throw down a crafting table really quick. Need a little bit of wood for that. I'm tired of getting hit for 12, 13 damage from your average everyday monsters. Not my favorite kind of thing in the world. Alright, get rid of these slimes. Alright, let's build a crafting bench. And let's scroll up here and see if we can't find some cactus armor to make. Okay, we're almost there. Gotta deal with the slimes. Don't want to get killed. Oh, there's a pink slime. Super. Alright, get wrecked. Another purple slime, go away! Alright. Let's do this a different way. Make ourselves a workbench. Flat enough spot for it. There we go. Now we can go down and make our armor. Got a cactus helmet, cactus breastplate, and cactus legging. Now, the cool thing is, when you make a whole set of something that's got those three pieces, the head, the chest, and the legs, you'll see you get an extra set bonus for having all three. I got an extra defense from the helmet, an extra 2 defense from the breastplate, an extra 1 from the legs, so that's a total of 4 plus 1, that's an extra 5. That'll cut the damage I take by about 5. And that's about all I can really do right now. I can make a furnace. I need another flat place. Nothing like building an improv base because you can't handle the slimes because the world is just too mean to you at the moment. Oh, I have a grave marker. I don't need to keep that. Alright, let's take our furnace, put it down here, and we can start to smelt some bars. Got a little bit of tungsten. Got a little bit of lead. Got some copper. Alright, and the next thing we need is an anvil. We have the materials for an anvil. Don't think so. Not on hand anymore. Okay, so back to adventuring with our freaky looking cactus dude. Actually, let me go take those crafting benches and stuff back. We can use those later and put them wherever we want. Yeah, for those of you that haven't played the game before, I'd recommend playing on a normal world to start. It's a little bit more forgiving as you get going. And then as you gear up a character, if you want to go onto hard mode or into an expert world, go ahead and do that after you've collected a little bit of material here. Got some more lead, which I can't get to because the tree is in the way. And as you can see, it's turning nighttime again really soon. So that being the case, let's grab some dirt, seal ourselves in, throw down a torch in a moment here. And we're going to do one of my favorite nighttime things to do in the early game, which is to delve. Delving is when you just dig pretty much straight down, looking for what you can see, any opportune things to find. And I'm just going to work on that here, dig straight down for a while, trying to look out for any dangers from my natural little light radius. And then, given a little bit of time, we might find something interesting. We'll collect some raw materials that might be good. And we can always use a recall potion later. Or build a ladder back up using some wooden platforms. Dig, 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 dig. Pull out a torch every so often, put it on the wall. We have plenty of torches. Another way to try and see what's going on is you can take one of your glow sticks and just toss them onto the ground. And that will follow you down as you dig, giving you a small light radius as you go. Alright, now we've got another little problem. There's some water over here, and if I dig the water out, it's going to flood my little tunnel, and that's going to cause a problem. So instead, I'm going to move over to the side, deviate my path a little bit, and keep a safe path straight down. You can see I lost my glow stick. That's okay. I can drop another one in a moment, or leave the occasional torch to light my way. You can hear the music change. That lets me know that we've entered a different kind of biome again. Another little cue. There's that, and then there's the background. A little bit of lead over here. Let's collect all that. If you notice, my harvesting is turned yellow too. You can get to auto harvesting where it picks what you're going to mine away automatically based on what's near you by hitting the control key. That'll toggle it on and off. And I see a slime because slimes are big jerks and I don't want to deal with them right now. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change my path over to the side. Now, one thing you can do is you can navigate right, left, north, south, east, west, or up, down, left, right as much as you want, but you'll notice that it's a lot slower to go left or right. Your character is 2 blocks wide and 3 blocks tall. So to make a path to go left or right, you need to mine out 3 blocks. To go straight down, only 2. And once I start getting down to the point where I can't really see anything, that's time to drop a torch. And there is nothing happening, but I do see a way out from this little tunnel over here. Little waterfall, a little bit of water in your tunnel doesn't hurt anything. But if it gets deep enough that you are submerged, you have a different kind of problem. Alright, so we got something down here to mine away. Looks like diamonds. Diamonds are great. We can use them to make a couple of different weapons or grappling chains, which is something that I'll want to get my hands on eventually. I honestly don't remember exactly how many we need for that, but we just got a few, and that'll help. Lead. And with lead, once we got enough lead bars, we can make ourselves some lead armor. Yes, I know in the real world that would be a problem, but, video game. Bit of sand down here. Ore beneath me. Just copper. I've almost convinced myself that I'm beyond the need or want of any copper. But may as well harvest it while we got it. Might come in handy. Put a tungsten. We got a little bit of glowing fungus over here, so that's another mushroom biome. They're kind of cool. We can artificially make one of those later in the game if I decide that's the route I want to go. And nothing like weaving yourself a rope ladder going straight up. I'm a big fan of collecting statues whenever I see them, so the pickaxe statue there, that's cool to me. I'm just going to grab it. The reason I'm going through the mushroom biome right now, they can be a little bit more dangerous than others, especially since a lot of the stuff is poisoned, is because you have a chance to find things like a mushroom house, which will have a different kind of chest in it, which could have some different kinds of material. Alright, so I just got crushed by some falling silt. That's where I took damage, if you were curious. You just got to be kind of careful with stuff like that. Silt is worth grabbing and hanging onto whenever you can find it, because of a thing called an extractinator that you can get your hands on a little bit later on. And that will let you harvest other materials out of silt, or I believe slush as well. Okay, so what do we got going on? I don't see any fancy mushroom biome type stuff. So I think we'll just kind of go back up and Ah, and head to the left. Boy, little sandworm thing. Don't want to deal with you. My goodness, I'm going to have to no matter what. Tungsten, never a bad thing. Heal up with a potion so I don't die while I'm down here because, you know, lots and lots of deaths are a big pain. Oh my goodness. Why won't you just die? Okay, so over this way is probably coming from the left. Yep. Still can't use another healing item, so since I'm going to die anyway, may as well harvest as much tungsten as I can. The unfortunate thing is we're going to respawn all the way back at the top now. I can deal with that. If it's daytime, if it's nighttime, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Oh, there we go. Nighttime, of course. And we have some demonized. That's fine. And we died again. Yeah, this is going to be a little chain until I can get myself sealed up nice and tight in a little hidey hole somewhere. So I think that's where we're going to stop, and I'm going to wait until the next daytime to continue again, because I'm not doing anything else at night besides trying to grab that star there. See you later.